Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Doku's got something he'd like to say about the amazing Lucas. And for once, after some of the things he said that sounded really gay, he's not planning on saying things like that. But first of all, a word from our sponsor, Goidcoin. Buy it while you can. Stop the apocalypse while you can. It's coming. You're all going to die if you don't get Goidcoin. Doku, all yours, mate.
God, first of all, Jensen, you keep changing our sponsor's message. It sounds like you're. Are you working for the New World Order?
No, I'm not. Can you get that gun out my ear? No, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
Blink twice if you need assistance.
Blink, blink.
Actually, before we really get into this,
Is that
did you?
Hillary Clinton? Uh-oh. Sorry, carry on. Yeah, you were saying?
Oh my God. I was gonna say before we really get into this, did you see apparently there is a I guess there was like a tweet or someone in the mainstream media said today is the first day of the New World Order or something weird like that?
No, I didn't, but suddenly I feel the desperate urge to run with it and see what happens. But no, I'm going to be a good boy for once and not do that.
See,
Blink, blink.
I myself didn't God damn it, Jensen. I didn't look into it myself either, but it was just one
Mhm.
of those weird things I saw just in passing. I was like, that I don't know. I'm not gonna click on it because I feel like it's clickbait, but I expect if it is true that I'm gonna hear about it one way or another.
Yeah, wait, it will hit Twitter. You know it, I know it. It is what it is.
I really don't want to admit that it will, but you're not wrong. It probably will.
Everything hits Twitter. Hey, Jacob.
Ah, Jacob, hello.
There's no hobbits on this one, mate. It's up to you if you want to stay around, though.
Uh, I'm not injecting myself into that joke. That's between you two.
Really?
I
Really? You're talking about injecting and hobbits? Really?
I don't get between lovers' quarrels.
That's fair.
So, just for the sake of brevity, because I know you don't have a lot of time, Jensen.
Hmm.
Uh, as I'm sure people know, we had a stream regarding the amazing Lucas about how long ago was it? Yeah, about 3 months ago.
Hmm.
Well, there are some comments, and Jensen, obviously, you're the one that pointed this out to me. So,
This is true. I look, dude. You deserve to have the right to respond to these comments. I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying you have the right to respond to them.
oh, and I believe I said I'm sternly of the opinion if you share what you think, your thoughts and feelings, your positions, your outlooks on the internet, expect people to say something.
Yes.
Well, I like to return the favor in kind because I appreciate people sharing their thoughts and opinions and feelings,
Yeah.
especially when they're directed at me because you're giving me free content. I believe I believe it's Young Ripa, also known as Eric July, would say monetize your haters. So
Good one.
I appreciate the free content.
Hmm.
So I do want to preface one thing, and if someone in the comments, if I'm wrong about this, please correct me because I don't follow the amazing Lucas anymore. It's a waste of time. I and he has devolved into just ranting and rambling, which is pretty much what I do. So, but it's boring. At least try to be entertaining as opposed to if you're gonna rage, do a better job. Amazing Lucas, if somehow you ever hear this, there's a friend I would like you to meet. His name is MC. Uh, take take note on how he goes about rants, and take a few tips and tricks from him. It'll make your show more entertaining.
Let's be honest, okay? That would be hilarious to have those two on the same stream, wouldn't it?
Actually, now that I think about it, you're not wrong. That would be funny.
Thing is, it would reduce MC. That's the thing. It would actually. I mean, I don't watch this amazing Lucas dude, but whatever. Quite simply, he really is a whatever in my universe. But I actually think MC would actually be, downgraded by speaking to something that stupid.
Well, the thing is, this is what I find so funny, so I guess I'll just start with this. The
Hmm.
Amazing Lucas a few years ago used to be, MAGA, America first, this and that, and ever since the much like William Harpine, ever since the 2019 2020 time period, he seems to have devolved from objective reason to just anger. I I mean, don't get me wrong. This is coming from someone who likes to go on rants, very impassioned rants. I will openly admit this. But I at least try to be rational and reasonable about some of the things I say. I
Hmm.
really wonder about Lucas from time to time. Occasionally, ration and reason will win, but then there's this is what I was going to ask earlier. If anybody in the chat can confirm this for me, I don't really know. I guess he said he was going to bad snuggle struggle word that begins with an R towards one of his call-in viewers, and uh, what was the other thing? Uh, Help me out, Jensen. I'm drawing a
By
blank.
the way, I love the fact that you use all these subtle ways of putting it. What you're saying is that he threatened to rape one of his call-in viewers. Don't bother hiding these words, man. Just freaking say them, because if you don't, I will. Okay?
It's, See, Jensen, that's why you're the host and I'm the co-host.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the other thing is, oh yeah, I guess this story actually flew under my radar, so I don't really have a personal opinion to give about it. I'm not aware of the context, but I guess there was a cop that throat punched a woman. It, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know the context. It's not behavior I would believe to be acceptable. Hey, shouldn't you be stronger? Don't you have handcuffs? Don't you have ways of subduing people who are unruly or violent or you should be taken in custody? But you go with a
Maybe
throat punch. Well,
maybe you should change the word stronger. I mean, if they're stronger, then the throat punch could become a whole lot more dangerous. Let's be fair.
uh, I can't disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, to cross-reference it with hobbits, after all, just for Jacob. If Frodo gave you a throat punch, say he climbed up a ladder or something, that would be one thing. Whereas if Arnie gave you a throat punch, your grandchildren would be coughing and choking.
Fair. Again, I can't disagree with you, Jensen.
Sorry, man.
Anyways, so I guess this cop punched a woman in the throat. Again, I don't know the context of the situation. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it, didn't hear about it. But I guess Lucas's live response was, "Where,
Don't
where
hide
are
those
all my,
words.
yeah,
Say it.
where are all my thugs? We have. It seems like we have three targets here. Pop, pop, pop. Well, my first question is this: did all three of them throw a puncher? Because it sounds to me like you only have one target. So right there, we're already talking about like, okay, I get it. You're letting your emotions get to you. Yeah, it's I actually felt the same way about the video regarding George Floyd and Derek Chauvin whenever I first saw it. I was actually quite upset. If you don't believe me, me and Mad Dodge did a stream about it as soon as we found out. And obviously, more context about the situation comes out. Yes, sure, I know nuance. Yeah, hashtag temple. But no, I get it. I've had some visceral reactions to things before in the past as well. But I don't think I've ever said target an individual and then insinuate maybe or maybe not they should no longer exist in the world. It seems like a bit of a hot take, it, especially when I don't know the majority of your channel over the past several months has been talking about you know targeted violence, unnecessary violence. It's like, yeah, sure, I will agree that this is probably unnecessarily violence, but aren't you kind of doing the same thing? Like, I know the saying "fighting fire with fire" is a thing, but you're if people did what you are insinuating they should do, you're just gonna make cops more on edge and make them more twitchy and more edgy, just thus resulting in more situations that, well, are like the ones that you claim to be against. So, good job for creating a situation that you don't like and claim to be against it. Yeah, I applaud you. Congratulations, you're contributing to the problem. Awesome. So that said about the amazing Lucus, and again, he's devolved into. I understand anger. It's the irrational obsession about certain things, and whatever he can do to justify his position, even if it is fundamentally irrational, he'll find a way to justify it. That is really annoying. And when somebody else tries to criticize him or call him out, like as memes had said, oh, he has a call-in show. Yeah, I'm gonna call in and have a discussion with someone who's gonna yell at me and say if I've really, really pissed them off, if my voice was a little more effeminate, maybe he would say he's gonna rate me and then, mute me and yell at me for a minute before kicking me off, and then, oh, dumb, haha, owned you. Like, yes, I'm really gonna waste my time on such a wonderful, wonderful, intellectual, big brain gamer boy. Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. And if you really want to see what I'm talking about, go check out Griffin Gaming and see see Amazing Lucas's videos about the PlayStation. Those are a treat. Those are funny. Which
I'm just playing with Jacob. Carry on.
yeah, no worries. So I'll just address these comments because there's only 3 of them, but one is fun, one is okay, and the other one is I'm saving for last. John Yogi. Black people in the suburbs talk like that too. Uh yeah, your point. You don't have to come from an inner city just to sound like a absolute moron. Yes, people in the suburbs. I've lived in the suburbs for quite some time, except when I was younger, when I was actually poor. I don't know, something a plight that black people might actually be able to identify with, considering I used to live in a sailor's town, Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah, okay, I've been there, done that. I know what you're talking about. Hence why I have absolutely no problem criticizing the amazing Lucus, because you seem to think all rednecks talk the same way and they're somehow a monolith.
Okay.
Isn't that the same thing Black Lives Matter complains about? That all black people are the same.
Just want to say, you was in Sailor's Town, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that correct? So what you're saying is you were surrounded by seamen all the time. Good to know. Carry on, mate. You carry on. I'm glad you admitted this.
I should have known I was walking into a Jensen joke. I should have known. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. For that, Jensen, you can entertain the audience for a few seconds.
No problem. I'll just take this out of you. No, seriously though. To be completely honest, like I said, I don't watch this amazing Lucas guy. Then again, I actually like the idea of protecting my brain cells from somebody who is probably more stupid than toe mold, with equally the same amount of charisma. I mean, he can have all these people watching him, but from what I've heard, he is just constantly hemorrhaging people no longer watching him. That kind of gives you the clue that he's got no freaking idea. In all honesty, he probably got these people watching because of the stuff he had involving Trump. It just shows that the guy basically follows political winds and he's scurrying off towards the left because that's what they're doing. What can I say? If the right somehow win, ha 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 ha, perhaps he'll come back to the outside. I'm sorry, that doesn't actually shock me, mate. Okay. Yeah, memes put I like Lucas. I'm just gonna. I don't actually know what to say to that one. I'm dropping this one on you, Doku. Yeah, sure. There you go.
Well, all right, fine. I'll be fair and objective just to prove that I'm not a one-trick pony in regards to just raging and ranting. Lucas does make good points from time to time. He's not completely far gone. He hasn't reached Hunter Avalon levels of grifter. Or Ian Miles Chong, who is indeed another grifter. But Lucas's problem is that he's become hyper obsessed. And when I say hyper obsessed, if you try to have a conversation with him about race, it is just you're not going to have a productive conversation. It's just not going to happen. He is so obsessed with race, police brutality, police violence, and what's the whole obey the law of law enforcement officer, do as you're told type shit. I get the emotion, I get the vitriol, but dude, you're letting your emotion cloud your judgment. That's why you sound like an idiot to a lot of people. It's because, again, Lucas, if you ever hear this, not everything is about race. I don't know how many people have to tell you this, but when you commit a crime, expect there's a decent chance that you're going to have a encounter with a law enforcement officer. If you do something that goes against what that person is telling you, because whatever you think about law enforcement officers is not the issue here. They're the one with the badge, or they're the one with the gun. You know, they're
Comment
the
from memes for you. Do enjoy. By the way, Jim, if you really want to make life easier, don't call him Lucas, call him Lickass. It fits for some strange reason.
You said that, not me. I will address memes as soon as I finish with this.
Yeah. No, not you memes. I'm talking the moron that Doku's taking a piss off. But carry on.
Yeah, if you commit a crime, put yourself in a position where you're more likely to have an encounter with a law enforcement officer. Don't do what this person says, whether you think they're a costume clown or they're an actual law enforcement officer. You should do as you say, do as you're told. But maybe you should, considering the fact that they are the person with the badge and the gun. And if you don't, expect bad things to happen. This isn't always a racial issue. It's not always a racial profiling thing. Just because one person happens to be one skin color and the other person happens to be another skin color, every time this happens doesn't mean the answer is, oh, it's racism. No, I'm sorry, dude. That is a, no pun intended, a cop-out argument. It's a lazy argument. It's a boring argument, and it's one that has been disproven over and over and over again. And do cops make bad decisions? Are there bad cops? Yes. No one has ever said there isn't. And the reason people get so irritated with individuals like you, Lucas, is because every encounter seems to have some sort of racial element or racial component to it, when there's nothing to suggest that. And a lot of times, I don't know, it's almost like the officer was actually black. And how do you explain that one away? Oh, I don't know. You never talk about it. That's why. That's what gets annoying to people. Does racism exist? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Everybody knows there's a degree of racism in this country. There's always going to be. There has been throughout human history. There is always a degree of, this person looks like me, so I kind of trust them a little bit more than the person that doesn't look like me. And oh, by the way, this still isn't a racial issue because, I don't know, flags, colors, styles of dress. Yeah, those are kind of a thing too. Why do you think the goth kids hang out with the goth kids at the lunch table and the fucking jocks hang out with the jocks? Because people feel more comfortable surrounded by people who look like them, even if they fundamentally disagree with each other. This is kind of a human nature thing, but sure, we'll just say it's all about racism because, again, low hanging fruit, low brow, lazy argument.
Mm-hmm.
And to address memes, I have talked about Lucas having a call-in show. Yes, I do know Lucas has a call-in show. I called in once, never got in. That was years and years ago. The reason I'm not going to waste my time is because as soon as Lucas gets backed into a corner by someone who brings up a good point that he can't refute, he yells at you, says a bunch of stupid stuff, mutes you, and then kicks you off the show. Why am I going to waste my time? I'm not wasting my time on somebody like Lucas.
Fair.
And
Yeah.
Jim is correct. Group preference is not racism. So yeah,
No.
Jim, you are 100% correct.
So, was that the first comment you wanted to speak about?
Oh yeah, that was the first one. I'm going straight from the bottom up, just because it happened to line itself up that way, conveniently enough.
Oh, bonus. Okay.
So, according
One sec.
to
What? Without stop. Jez wants to know. We're talking about a streamer by the name of Amazing Lucas, or as I've now decided he's going to be called Amazing Lickass. Apparently, he thinks he's good at what he does. He was a Trump supporter. Now he's gone in the other direction, or in other words, he's following the political winds, and he can't actually keep a decision of his own, which quite simply makes him a pussy, in my opinion. And Doku done a stream about him recently, said some things, and this is Doku's way of responding to some of the things that people have said. Yet again, Doku's still being nice with what he's saying. Go
and
for it.
also just to respond to memes, yes, I am going to do a stream about it because I'm not going to waste time going on Lucas's stream, because why would I when I can go ahead and do this here? Because again, as young Ripa says, monetize your haters, or at this point, monetize somebody who's stupid, who I can point out as to why they're stupid. And usually I don't target people directly. It's not something I do, but I don't know. Lucas is someone that I actually do not have a problem talking about, because he himself is such an incredible hypocrite. Which brings me to this second comment. And for the record, memes, this is mostly responding to comments, not necessarily really criticizing Lucas. I'm just throwing in some shade when I can, because why the fuck not?
I'm the one taking a piss out of Lickass.
Yeah, memes, if you think it's not a fair characterization, that's up to you. But I think Amazing Lucas has become hyper focused on race, and well, I'm not going to waste my time calling into somebody's call-in show when he says to one of their viewers, and again, if I'm wrong, let me know about this if anybody knows, that he would rape them, or things like that. That's not someone I'm going to waste my time associating with.
Hey, before you do, mate, I think it'd be kind of cool if the guy we're talking about actually got himself a Pornhub account and was streaming on there. I mean, can you imagine the amazing Lickass? People are going to click on that straight away and suddenly realize how shit he is.
Why are you giving
Absolutely.
people ideas, Jensen? Like,
Because it's funny.
uh, I I don't know what to say to you, Jensen. I really
I
don't.
think you need to respond to Memes' last comment.
Aren't you doing what you criticize the lefties for? Just saying, memes. I am giving a direct commentary. What? How am I doing what I criticize the lefties for? Uh, I'm not sure exactly where you're going with that. Actually, the whole point, if you actually go back to the beginning of the stream memes, I explicitly state, if you share your opinion on the internet, expect somebody to respond to it. I'm responding to the comments on the first stream regarding the amazing Lucas that are directed at me. So no, I'm not doing what the leftists do. I'm not trying to cancel anybody. I'm not trying to silence anybody. I'm directly responding to criticism. So I don't see where you're going with that one, memes.
One moment. Memes, I actually been onto Pornhub and seen some stuff you put. Interesting, interesting stuff. If anyone actually wants to follow Memes, go onto Pornhub and look for him. It's kind of fun. Yes, yes, Memes is a porn star. Don't ask what he's doing, but just Memes is a porn star. Carry on, mate.
Oh, and just to address your point, memes. I think I might have already did, but not worth engaging with. It means I'm not going to go on to his channel and give him time and views and talk to him directly, because, to be blunt, I don't have that much respect for him. So, considering some of the stuff he's said and what he's done, I would much rather respond in this manner, because I don't want to talk to the dude. I think he's kind of a scumbag. Just with some of the stuff he's said over the past couple of, not even the past couple of months, just over the past couple of days. Again, the whole talking about, oh, we got 3 targets right here. It happened to be badge and uniforms people saying, where are my thug, or where the thugs at? Pop, pop, pop. You don't have to like what they did, but bro, you're calling for violence too. It's kind of fucked up, dude. And or again, that outright, the outright anger and racism when your whole point is talking about anger and racism. It's hypocritical. I do not want to engage with somebody like that. If I'm going to talk about somebody, I'm going to do it in this format, not give them any views or attention or clicks on their own channel because they don't deserve it. This is the only thing they deserve, which actually does segue very well into the second comment from G. Miller 3 months ago, edited. I think Lucas just proves his point. Sounds like you feel very upset when someone stereotypically addresses a group of people repeatedly, ignorantly, and negatively without sensitivity to what is actually going on. Lucas has been pointing out the hypocrisy for years now. He does it without apology, and you seem to be triggered. Tell that same thing to African Americans, the Asians, the Native Americans, and the Eastern Indians, amongst other things. It hurts when it's pointed out or pointed at you, doesn't it? I don't take offense to it simply because it's not about me, even if I do have family that sounds like he's portraying. Yeah, G. Miller, I would like to point out this to you. I'm not triggered, and that's a word that lefties use. That's a word that children pretending to be adults use. I'm pointing out the fact that Lucas is a hypocrite, and yet somehow people like you continue to follow him. It's like, oh, it's fine because he's pointing out hypocrisy while engaging in the same thing that he bitches about on a daily basis. That's called being a hypocrite. That's the point. I felt like I shouldn't have to explain this or point it out, but I guess here we are. Yeah, do I care that he's using stereotypes? I still laugh at fucking Larry the cable guy, even though it's a fucking stereotype. It's funny. I still laugh at stereotypes about white people. Yeah, I get it. I don't know why you're so, to use your word, triggered about stereotypes against other ethnic groups. Yeah, why does that trigger you? But oh, see, see, you're mad. You're mad. It's like, no, I'm pointing out that you're a hypocrite because stereotypes make you mad. I'm just laughing, even if it's a stereotype against white people, because it's funny. And I've said it before on this channel. I will say it again, just for the fucking record. Stereotypes exist for a reason. It's been that way. If it wasn't a thing, guess what? It wouldn't be a stereotype. Is it triggering? Is it upsetting? No. Is it even triggering or upsetting when somebody does it to try to be pejorative or talk down? No, it just makes the other person look like a fucking moron. The point is, you're upset when other people do it to you, but then you turn around and do it to try to prove that point. Now, that makes you a fucking hypocrite. That's the point. I don't know how more clear I can be about this. So, I would like you to take a step back, think about it for a moment, look at what Lucas hyperfocuses on, and then go watch a Kevin Hart movie or go watch Larry the Cable Guy and laugh at it, because that's about the only thing it's worth. But to be blunt, I'm not going to lie. Lucas actually does really good stereotype impressions. Like he's got that hillbilly voice on point, dude. I'm not sure how long he practiced it, but it's pretty damn good.
Question for you: this Lucas guy, does he show his face or does he use icons only?
Oh no, he shows his face. He's on camera.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering whether or not he's some white guy from the suburbs, but he's just been keeping it quiet. That's what I'm beginning to feel. Okay, all right, cool.
Oh no, he puts himself on camera. Like, I mean, credit where credit's due. He puts himself out there. I mean, again, as much as I disagree with him and I think he's an absolute hypocrite, credit where credit's due. He doesn't hide his opinions. He has a call-in show. He lets people call in. He lets them just vent their opinions, even if he doesn't necessarily treat his call-in guest exactly the best way from time to time. But he's not as cowardly as some. I can give him credit for that. So
okay, just checking.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to call out a hypocrite when I see one.
Mm-hmm.
But the last one.
Mm-hmm.
From Common Sense Guy, CSG. Thank you for the comment, brother. I appreciate it. Doku, do you think Lucas is doing the voice is in condemnation of Crowder's obvious racism? The reason I ask is because it annoyed you so much, you think it was racist or at least prejudiced based on stereotypes, right? So is what Crowder did the same? If you do think Lucas, I'm assuming he meant an is doing the same, you're so outraged by it. LOL. You're outraged about it. LOL. Is your is your criticism you don't like it because it sounds racist? If you think that, then what Lucas did is proving Lucas's point, or is it not? Or is your criticism it made you uncomfortable or unfortunately uncomfortable and felt discriminated about what he did? If so, then you understand his point. LOL. The last thing, LOL. CSJ, please next time, dude, don't put so many LOLs in here. It sounds really interesting. Your disagreement about him talking about racism is the Republicans is that he didn't mention the left. CSG, this is hard to read, bro. I'm not trying to be a dick. This is really hard to read. If so, does he not talk about the left's racism a lot? I think the reason why he talked about Republican racism is because I bet he experiences it more often than he does from the left at the moment, as well as the segment being about Crowder's racism, the rights, and in turn Republicans' racism. LOL. Almost like it was a topic. LOL. Have a good one,
Yes, I
bud.
knew it.
Have a good one, bud. Thank you for that, CSG, but damn it, dude. Why the LOLs? Also, you have a good one as well, bro. Thank you for the comment. I think I kind of already touched on this. No, the thing that annoys me about Lucas is the fact that he shifted from the left's racism to only the right's racism, the right's racism. When Lucas was shilling for the right, and I do believe he's more of a grifter and a shill than anything else, he didn't encounter that much racism at all. It was never really a topic. The only racism he encountered, from what I could tell, was from the left. And the only reason he's not encountering it to the same extent now is because he's essentially using the same progressive BLM type talking points. And the only reason I think he's doing that is because, well, he's bleeding subscribers and he's trying to figure out a way to keep his channel alive. So I think he's, much like a grifter, shifting his attention to whatever he think is going to be lucrative Lucas. And hey, I'm not gonna shame him for wanting to keep your channel relevant, especially if you're making money off of it. Like I understand, dude. But what I will point out, and again, not the fact that it's racism. Again, you can make racist comments about white people all the time. I usually laugh at them. I believe most people have watched this channel long enough to know that that's not what bugs me. What bugs me is the fact that you're a blatant hypocrite. That's what bugs me. I'm not sure why this is difficult for people to understand. Make all the racist jokes you want. Target them at white people. You'll get away with them. You can actually do it on YouTube. YouTube won't do a damn thing. Do it. It's funny. If you can make money off of it, even better.
Doku.
But don't
Doku.
pretend. Real quick, let me just finish this real quick.
Go on.
But don't pretend to get outraged about racism when you're doing the exact same shit, claiming like, oh, but it's bad when you do it for this demographic or bad when you do it for that. Stop. Just stop it. Anyways,
okay. A word from our sponsor, Goidcoin. Remember this. Goidcoin is the only thing that's stopping the zombie apocalypse. Get Goidcoin while you can, before the zombies come to you. After you, mate.
Oh, unfortunately, those are the only 3 comments. I think your what we talked about on the before the stream started in the back room was, yeah, that 4th comment was probably like a link to a porn site or some shit. So that's why there's only 3. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only 3 I've got. CSG, thank you for the comment. Who were the other 2 guys? Give me a moment.
Another moron. There you go.
See, you're so much more of an ass than I am. See, people think I'm mean. What the hell?
Hi. Perhaps you guys haven't met me. Professional asshole here. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, the second guy, G Miller, and the first guy, John Yogi. Yeah, thank you for the comments. At least it gave me something to talk about. Thank you for sharing your opinion. I shared mine. You shared yours. Now I get to respond. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. From 3 months in the future.
Ooh, the future. Right. In that case, I'm going to call it here. As you said what you needed to say, I have nothing to say about Lucas apart from, yeah, good luck. If you guys want to watch him, go ahead. If not, don't. Whichever. Personally, doesn't sound like he's worth the effort, but hey, if you want to, you go right ahead. Now, have you got any final words you want to say, Doku?
My final words. I'm not gonna lie. Go watch Amazing Lucas's video about PlayStation being a piece of shit company. Because, bro, we've been trying to tell you that for a long ass time. PlayStation doesn't care about anybody; they only care about money. Why weren't you listening to us? Why did you have to learn the hard way, bro? Why? We tried to tell you, Lucas. We tried to tell you from a fellow gamer to a fellow gamer, bro. It's not about being pro Xbox or anti PlayStation. They don't give a fuck about you. And this applies to all you Xbox fanboys out there too. Do you think Microsoft gives a shit about you? Just make sure you can get a refund.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna buy a shit product, or if you think there's the slight possibility it might be a shit product, at least make sure you can get a refund first. Like, don't be stupid, please. Be a smart consumer, not a consume product and get excited for next product. Don't be one of those. Or you could be smart and buy a PC.
It could be really good though. You could get an Apple.
Damn it, Jensen.
I'm not wrong, am I? Anyway,
I'm not going to confirm or deny the correctness of your statement. Goodness.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my final words: meth banana. I'll speak to you all later. Thank you for coming along, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Bye bye, everyone. Goodbye.